Hey man, what's up? It's Cool Water, the digital dope man, from the blog ishiphopdead.com and the home website, thedigitaldopeman.com. I wasn't gonna really get on this mic, man, and say a whole lot tonight, because there's a lot of topics that I probably need to touch that I have not touched. But this one is somewhat interesting, so I'm going to briefly speak on the Dewayne Wade situation with his son, formerly known as Zion, now becoming Zaya in modern culture. Many people keep saying that folks should mind their own business. That's a better way of putting it. So we had Bootsy, who came out and was really disturbed by Dewayne Wade's statements, and said some profound things, which made some sense, that Zion is not mentally astute enough to make the decisions about transforming his lifestyle from LGBTQ, from being a male. He's not quite there yet. I think Bootsy made some comments which would be hoping that there is a recovery period, like this is a phase for Dewayne's son. Many people are like, man, that's his child, that's their life, don't worry about it, turn the other cheek and handle your own business. So we're in society now, we're in a culture now where people are becoming more prone to not want to address real issues. I put a post on Facebook and said it's the alpha male dying species, which is really the masculine energy, the same way that the female energy has somehow or another taken a higher form, if you will. And ain't but a couple people that commented on that post. The first thing I would probably say is, yes, it is your business that Dewayne Wade, Magic Johnson, who else out there? Dewayne Wade, Magic Johnson, Snoop Dogg, sons have somehow or another transferred over to acting feminine. Snoop Dogg's son wants to walk the runway. Magic Johnson's son, he gone, he flaming. He doing his thing. He attractive in his style. Like, he got his own style. He jamming with it too. You can't deny him because he handling it in a way that you say, okay, dude got some flavor, even though he playing on the other side of the fence. You see what I'm saying? Then the quarterback, and this is all contrived, quarterback for, my God, man. Somebody talking about me saying, I think that was a post in Facebook about people being there, and I'm jumping off on a tangent. Me saying real quickly is me thinking as I go through this podcast. Most podcasts that I do, and maybe even others that do this, because this was a topic in Facebook, is not necessarily scripted. So I just want you to know you're going to have to bear with me, because the flow, as far as every single word just being on point, it's not going to be there. This is from the hip. So, like I told him in there, if you got a problem with it, hey, ain't no problem. Just turn off the player and keep it moving. But it's important that we touch some topics, and that everything, not all podcasts from all people are going to have throughout the podcast. So I just wanted to say that for the people that have heard me say a number of times over the course of this few minutes that we have been talking. But the quarterback for Carolina's quarterback. I'm looking it up right now. Carolina's quarterback. And why I don't know his name. Okay, Cam Newton. Here we go. Cam Newton dressing with the funny style. High heel pants, flood water pants, real queer outfits. This is an agenda, man. It's not accidental that all these men, black and white, are being attacked or even coerced. Will Smith, his son, flipping through some outfits and kind of, and then his daughter was kind of more on the tomboy tip, but his son was kind of more on the feminine tip. This is not new. This is something that has been going on for quite some time. When you start doing the history, you take the slave and the slave master. Most of the slave masters would be fucking the male slave, the buck, the strongest one out the bunch, to break him so that everybody else will fall in line. Do you understand? So if he's raping that man in front of his woman, his children, and the community, then you got a huge problem. Boosie expressing his masculinity or his alpha male nature, ain't nothing wrong with that. He should. And everybody else that has that same energy should. You should speak about the dislike of seeing young children being coerced into becoming opposite of the sex that they are. I work with the kids. I see it. I got little cats running around me with dresses on. I had one little white guy the other day, as I'm doing a lecture, and we're doing something on Romeo and Juliet, and we get to talking about, did anybody buy any Valentine's Day gifts? And he said, no, I didn't buy none. I said, well, you didn't buy none for the girls? The girls or the guys? So I'm like, okay, I don't know where you're going. So I ignored it. We got to talking again about love. Then two of the little boys said, I love him. They was trying to be funny. But then that same guy said, yeah, I'm a switch hitter. Now, he looking like Mark Zuckerberg. He looking like a Tommy Hilfiger, a polo model, young cat. But I'm a switch hitter. So I told him, well, he ain't gonna be hitting no switches in where we are. So I don't want to hear about it. Because he was trying to go somewhere. See, that's what I'm saying. It's becoming normal. It's becoming commonplace for the gay lifestyle to be put on the average American, and we supposed to be quiet because this is what we do. Be quiet. Don't say nothing. You'll rant and rave more about Trump, who's taking away rights and signing bills and pardoning people, than you will about your child watching two men kiss and two women kiss and perform inappropriate sexual acts, which is ridiculous. So we got Will Smith, Snoop Dogg, Magic Johnson, Dewayne Wade. Who else is out there? Man, it's a list of them. That their children have been overthrown, have been infiltrated, and been demasculinized because of this agenda. This is an agenda. population control. This is an agenda to stop the mating of man and woman. The black community, we at war. Men and women at war. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to get with a sister nowadays than it was back in my younger day because they look at my masculine energy as a threat. And my alpha male nature as a threat. Me having a backbone and standing up and being man, that's out of character now for women. You got to be a beta male. You got to be a chump. You got to be a chump. And that's one of the biggest things that we dealing with. So Wendy Williams said some things who is similar to an alpha female. And they get pissed off at Wendy Williams because she was saying what people think. And some of it was comical. Now the comment about, you know, the guy's wife, the Price is Right host's wife, and she being pushed off the ledge or what have you and murdered or something to that effect, that was inappropriate. I think she meant to say something else, but couldn't steer it the other way because it was part of that statement was already out there. So she wasn't able to reel it back. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, the time, like I said, the time when you able to speak your mind, they trying to diminish that. They're trying to diminish the strength, the power of masculinity. And for Dewayne Wade and anybody else to bring their children to the forefront of the public scrutiny and turn around and be in agreement with the child's decision, who is really a child, and decision can go any which way at any given time, shows the mental dysfunction of them as well. It shows the mental dysfunction of them as well. It's not commonplace for a young man to be thinking he's a woman unless things are put in place for that to happen. And he's coerced. And food is being tainted, and water is being tainted, and radio is being tainted, and your friends and your community is being tainted. So subconsciously, you start to take on this personality. You start to become this type of individual. It goes way back further than just a few decades. This has been a plot and a plan for quite some time. I wrote a song called The Gay World about 10 years ago. People thought I was crazy because I got the gift of vision. I could see where it's going. So now where are we? Where are we now? Everything is gay. Everything is gay. And this is a shout out to one of my girls that when I made this comment, and I'll probably do a podcast on it one day when I'm feeling it. But everything now is black and white. You turn on the TV, commercials, black man with white woman, or white or black woman with white man. It's like all of this stuff is being orchestrated to keep you disillusioned. And to sit back and watch so many people run around with their tail between their legs because they, as they say, don't want to get involved, but you ain't got to get involved. But the expression of your opinion is necessary in this day and age so that the people know that there's a community of people that don't get along with the BS is important. So for you to turn your head and act like you don't see nothing, that's a problem. So when your children become of age and you want them to mate with the opposite sex, there'll be no options for them to mate with because if they will have been infiltrated. So they'll be getting chose by people of the same sex. And some of them will fall victim to that. And you'll put your head down and go, I don't know what happened. I don't know where we went wrong. No, you didn't go wrong nowhere. This was an orchestrated event, an agenda that had been going on for quite some time. quite some time. You just wasn't privy to it, and you couldn't see it. You couldn't see it. Silent weapons of mass destruction. You see, that's where we are. That's what's going on. So Boosie got every right to speak his mind. It ain't nothing about him minding his business. As a man, you responsible for all children in the laws of nature. You see a child that ain't had nothing to eat, your job as a man is to feed that child or girl. You know, boy or girl. You supposed to feed them before you feed yourself, because that's what we here to do. We're here to care and uplift and bring those children into adulthood in a healthy lifestyle. Well, ain't no healthy lifestyles going on. You know what I'm saying? I agree with Boosie. I think Boosie made a good comment. I agree with Rizza Islam. You understand? You got to know the history of this stuff, man, so people can stop just shooting from the hip. You know what I'm saying? And just you know, you turn off because, oh, well, I don't want to hear about that. Y'all don't want to hear about a lot of stuff. So you got somebody like Mike Bloomberg over here making these false promises to niggas again. He got $380 million to spend on elections. Got these Negroes in these commercials. And guess what? With programming, you're going to believe somewhere in the midst of that Mike Bloomberg may have a solution for your problem. When people know his policies from running the state of New York, you know, stop and frisk and a whole lot of other policies that he put out there that made life kind of hard for the black folks in the state of New York. You see? And y'all didn't rant rave. Some of y'all did, but most of y'all probably didn't rant rave. So when you start talking about a gay lifestyle, a transgender lifestyle, you know, yeah, it's that person's prerogative. I got gay family members. They don't come out. They don't act gay around us, but they gay. We know they gay. It may have been stated here and there, but they don't press that on us. But when you start talking about that, when you press it on a child and you're giving the child the authority to make a decision at an early age of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, then we have to question what's wrong with the parent. Because they really don't know. Children really don't know. So if you start letting your child wear fingernail polish and get their nails done at the age of 12, there's something wrong with you. These kids that I be around, and you know, one walking around in a dress, they 16. Or one talking about, you know, I'm transgender, but you clearly look like a girl. You clearly look like a girl, but the society has accepted and allowed you to dictate the outcome. So we got to play along. What does that do for the future generation of people out here, man, that want to procreate? It diminishes the opportunity for that to happen. So, you know, not to be too long-winded, because I don't, like I said, it's so much you could say. But this is an agenda. You have Dewayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. They have the right to do whatever they want to do in their household. That's their home. That's the children that they raise. But my thing is, when you put it before the public, when it becomes part of the public scrutiny, then we have the right to make whatever comments we choose. And I think it's a travesty for that young man and for Dewayne to be talking about she when he was clearly born with a penis. And for Dewayne Wade to co-sign on that and act unbothered, untainted about his son's decision says something about you. You know, what are you accepting of? What are you doing besides just playing basketball? Is there something else going on that we don't know about? What is Gabrielle Union doing over there in her neighborhood? Why is it so easy for y'all to just turn off and let the young man do what he want to do? Why is it so easy for Snoop's son to go from being an athlete to all of a sudden now he want to dress up and walk the runway with makeup on and eyelashes and hair bonnets and all? What's going on? You know, What are they doing to our men? That's the question we need to be asking. So look, man, I'm going to get off of here because I got some other topics I need to be addressing. I'm just putting that out there. I might have been a little wild in some of the commentary, you know what I'm saying, as far as maybe jumping a couple of different directions here and there. But the bottom line, you get the point. The point is what's going on and why is the effeminization or the feminization of these young children happening? It's getting worse. Worse. And for most of you all who are not conscious, who don't read, who don't do any real serious thinking, you gotta go deeper than just, well, it's their choice. You gotta go deeper than that. You gotta go way deeper than that. It's Cool Water, the Digital Dope Man. Check me out at ishiphopdead.com. Look for me at thedigitaldopeman.com. Peace and stay blessed. Holla.